Welcome. Sparty's back, and he needs your help to get to EVO 2023. So it's Sparty here. It feels really odd for me to ask for the generosity of friends, of other players, of the amazing Marvel fans. So first, please let me explain. Like many, I've held Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 dear to my heart for 12 years. I love Marvel, but coming from a small scene, I've always dreamed of challenging the best there ever was at the game. I've never been able to make it happen, but this EVO 2023 represents perhaps the final chance for that dream to come true, on a scale that will likely never be seen ever again. I wouldn't have started this fundraiser normally, but seeing the huge support of others from the UK, from the US, and wider still, I've been compelled to do what I can to get to this EVO of all EVOs. Money-wise, unfortunately, I'm a parent, dog owner, husband, and I took a risk a few years ago when I changed careers and I took a year out to train, lost my income from that, and then have started again in a fresh career as a teacher, and I haven't recovered yet financially. So a trip entirely funded by me and my family alone is something that I wouldn't do. It puts a big pressure on my family, and ultimately, it is a selfish thing for me to do. So I'm asking here for your support, for the community's help, this community that means so much to me. So I want to give you some details then, first of all. So how much does this trip cost? Well, the cost for this trip, an EVO trip from the UK, estimated from people I've talked to, ended up costing in the region of about £2,000 to £3,000, which is approximately about $2,400 to about $3,600. Flights to Vegas alone are around about £1,050 right now. I don't know how long they'll stay at that price, but that's at a minimum the cheapest I can find anywhere, flying from anywhere close to me. Then we've got the hotel, the venue and tournament fees, the Sunday fees into the arena, all of the registration, food and drink, whatever else, expenses that come up. The list goes on, doesn't it? These costs add up very quickly. So how much does the cost itself come to? I'm not sure, but I'm asking on the GoFundMe page, which I'll link in the description below, for £1,500. And if I raise that much, that should be enough to cover the cost of flights and then contribute to hotel fees and anything else to do with registration, all those other fees for the 5 nights approximately that I'll need to stay over in Vegas. Anything beyond that, I'm looking to cover for myself. I ask that if you wish to see Iron Fist's slippered toes sail gloriously into the faces of players who represent the pillars of Marvel of old, now is likely the very last chance. In TNS, I've played about 50 tournaments long into the early hours of the morning, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. It could be time to test my mettle offline. No lag and no excuses. One thing, however, I'm an upfront person, and there's one caveat that I must mention to you now. Tong and the legendary TNS crew have created an EU qualifier which runs over 4 Saturdays in March. The grand prize? A trip to EVO, flights out to the most prestigious fighting game event. Tong's and TNS's incredible generosity and support for the community, especially ours, a far-off island of little consequence until Tong took an interest in my play from playing in TNS. Their support has been nothing short of tremendous, and this EVO qualifier only secures his and TNS's place in EU fighting game history. This does, however, pose a question. If I win the TNS EVO qualifier, what then happens to the funds that have been raised? Well, I intend to pay as much as I can for my trip, so if I win the qualifier, and with your blessing, I will use the money raised to ensure that whoever comes second place in the qualifier, if they are able to go, if not, it would move down to 3rd, down to 4th, and then to the 5th places if it gets to that, and we'll decide what we need to do. I'd be looking to make sure that they are also able to travel, either by them taking the raised money or by providing them with the EVO qualifier ticket. Either way, vice versa. It doesn't make a difference as long as we're all able to go and the money is moved around transparently for you, of course, the generous donators. Money is not a thing I take lightly, and I would want to be transparent as possible in all arrangements as possibly can be. Our scene in the UK and the EU is full of unique talent and teams like no other. All of our players are just as deserving as I am to get this chance. And again, with your blessing, in the event that I do win the qualifier, I would like in turn to give the opportunity to another top EU player to make this incredible journey. In the meantime, now until Evo, I plan to stream and make as much content as I possibly can. And I must admit, it isn't easy to find time for creative work like that among spending time with my wife, my son, my golden retriever Molly, who you might have all seen on Twitter and on DNS itself, and all the rest of it, as well as my responsibilities as a teacher. They give you a lot of marking to do. It's quite ridiculous. But I will redouble my efforts to create compelling content for my YouTube channel, Spartan Throne, and bigger and better streams for twitch.tv/Spartan Throne for all the lucky viewers out there. I'll be in training mode, committed to taking my play and execution to the next level, and I will be playing regularly on Parsec to keep myself as sharp as can be. I just want to say thank you for all the support of all the fans, all of the people who appreciate my play, the messages you send me, the comments on my YouTube, the chats that you bring to me in Twitch, the company that we have, the way you spend time with me. It makes me feel like it's more than worth it. It's already worth it playing this game. The game is its own reward, but the community is something different. It's something special, and it's to me a passion of mine which has just grown into something which is just that much more. It warms my heart. It swells it to the point where I feel like the Grinch. My heart eventually is 2 sizes too big. So thank you to everyone who's voiced all of your support for me to get to Evo. I wouldn't have believed it otherwise, honestly, and I wouldn't be running this fundraiser. I might talk big, I'm the Duke of Marvel, I'm the best, baby, I'll kick everybody's ass, but to actually see the excitement from the community, from others in the rest of the world at the prospect of me coming out to Evo, especially this Evo in particular, it's an amazing moment in time for me, and it's something that truly moved me. So once again, I'll pop the link in the description and in the comments down below for the GoFundMe. If you are willing to part with a small amount of your money, contribute towards this, I promise to make you proud. I promise to make you proud however I can. Do my best and hopefully, make some dreams come true out there at Evo. Thank you to everybody. From me, much love. Sparty signing out. Marvel forever, baby.